Babashuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it. Babashuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it.
Any person's platform. I can go on any mushrik's platform, but the reason why I do that is to show you how dishonest they are, because they are not honest when it comes to keeping to loyalty to an agreement. They are never good at it, right? And this is why I go there. So I show you the caliber of people they are. It is not as if, I'm scared and somebody will say, babashuaib, come to my platform, finish me and I will be scared. Like the way I call them, they are scared. When I tell the mushriks, come to my platform, wallahi lazim, they are scared. I don't know why. They are scared, yes. Because they are dishonest, they think I'm dishonest. So when I invite them, they don't want to come. Yes, they don't. When they invite me, yes, I'll go. I have nothing. Look, the truth doesn't mind being questioned, but falsehood is always scared of being questioned. And this is why when I go to their platform, they cannot keep up with the rules. They set rules and they can't stick with the rules, right? And again, shout outs to my elder, this Dr. Umar Zaid. We had a program last, was it last Friday? Was it Saturday? I had a program with him, but that program is yet to be, broadcast on YouTube. Yes. And also, I'm looking forward to having other programs with other people, but I'll announce it later. I don't want to announce it before time, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the so-called leader they have. That is the Imam Mahdi they have. I'm going to play a couple of videos from him so that you guys can draw the picture of what these people are and what they represent, right? So do you know that when you check on their logo, this Ahmadi religion people, they are claiming they are different from Ahmadiyya, right? So they are called the Ahmadi religion of peace and light. I know they are mushriks. I know for sure they are mushriks, right? Because they are calling people to something different, right? They are claiming the Quran is not complete. I will play the video. You will hear it. They claim the Quran is not complete. And they are claiming they don't have to follow God's religion through a book. They don't need a book. So they need a man. So that's why they created their own concept of Imam Mahdi. And I was asking the guy simple question. Prove to me in the Quran where it says Imam Mahdi. That is a problem. So I went on his nerves. The guy got very, very irritated. So he has to go against the rules he set himself. He went away. He says, do not interrupt. Do not interrupt. Do not interrupt. But yet when babashuaib is speaking, when I have to explain something to the audience, the guy has to always interject. He always has to chime in. Like he will never allow me to finish making my statement. Right? So it was ridiculous. And people know me to be a patient guy. But on that day, the reason why I actually tolerated some of the things he did, I actually allowed, because he's the host, I have to allow some of his antics and the naivety he was displaying on that day. I have to allow that. So I was quiet. For all those who watch, I have the playback, by the way, but they hid it on their channel. On their YouTube channel, they put it on private. I'm serious. I don't know why they did that. They put it on private. Now that I'm talking, they might bring it back. So if you think I'm lying, go and check right now why they put it on private. They hid it from the public. I don't know why. But go and check right now on their page, right? But I'll be re-televising that. I'll bring the debate again. I have it. I recorded it already. So I'll bring it, right? So I'll bring the dialogue we had, and I will show you right now. I'm going to do the review. So I'm going to give you the parts where the guy wasn't honest. So and in entirety, the Ahmadi religion of peace and light, they are bringing you a new religion, by the way. It's not Islam, no. So it is a new religion, and they have their slogan, and then they have their logo, and they have their, you understand, agenda, and they say there is the will. Prophet Muhammad wrote a will. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to expose these people, right? I'm going to set them up big time, and this time they will not like it. To be honest, they will never like it. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, I'm going to play the fake Imam Mahdi, the fake one. I'm going to play his short video. Now, listen, correctional officer, I teach people how to discern. Listen carefully, especially when we are dealing with these pagans and mushriks. Pay attention to them carefully when they are speaking and use their own words against them. It's simple as it is. Yes. These people think when God pushed babashuaib forward to face the masses, they think I'm here to joke. Right? They don't know why I'm here. Now they will know. I'll give them the reason to remember my name, the correctional officer. So let me play a video from their leader. Let's see. This is what the leader said. So kindly pay attention when I play this video. Please pay attention to this video. How to identify Imam Mahdi. Listen to him.
Ability is not known by the external appearance. You can't identify whether somebody is an infallible imam by their external appearance, how they look or how they dress. But rather, infallibility, an infallible imam is only identified by him being mentioned, his name being written or foretold. That is the only way that you know if he's an imam or not an imam, if he's infallible or not infallible.
Oh, you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard him clearly, right? Did you hear what he said? You know why I'm called correctional officer, right? Okay. Did you hear what he said? Okay. So now I'm going to replay this video, and then we are going to cross-check. And he also has his own style of nasheed. This one is just Avengers type of, background music. This is Avengers. So listen carefully what he said.
Infallibility is not known by the external appearance. You can't identify.
So if you have heard it carefully, I repeat it again.
Infallibility is not known by the external.
Infallibility is not known by the external appearance of an
appearance. You can't identify whether somebody is an infallible imam.
So you can't identify whether somebody is an infallible imam by external appearance. Okay.
By their external appearance, how they look or how they dress.
How they look and how they dress. And this is why he is using his Hollywood cap. The cap he's wearing. Then he wear it like this to hide his eyes. So he says infallibility, you don't use the external appearance to know if somebody is, is not a real imam or not. So now, but listen carefully.
But rather, infallibility, an infallible imam is only identified.
But rather, an infallible imam is only identified by
him being mentioned.
By him being mentioned.
His name being written.
His name being written.
Him being mentioned. His name being written or foretold.
His name being written or foretold.
That is the only way that you know if he's an imam or not an imam.
So that is the only way that you can know if he is an imam or he is not. So you don't have to judge by his appearance, his external looks, the way he looks, and everything. This is what he is saying. This is the Imam Mahdi they have. Now listen.
If he's infallible or not infallible.
So if he is infallible or not infallible is not the case. You have to check if he has been written or mentioned or foretold. That is the only way to know if he's infallible or not. So babashuaib, I put the challenge to the Ahmadi, religion of peace and light. And I said, brother, I want you to prove to me from the book of God where it says, where it's mentioned the name Imam Mahdi, it doesn't exist. Where it mentioned Abdullah Hashim, it doesn't exist. The guy was getting angry when I was asking him this question. I'll play the video. You'll see it. I'll play his video. He was getting infuriated. Because first of all, why will I go on your platform? The idea is I made a video against you mushriks. You get offended. What was the video about? I said there was no will. I even said, don't lie, you. Don't lie, Imam Mahdi, Abdullah Hashim. Nowhere in the Quran does he mention your name. Nowhere in the Quran does he say there is anybody called Imam Mahdi. By the way, these people, they believe the Quran is not complete. So according to the Quran, it's not complete too. I'll play the video. You hear it from his own disciples' mouth. And according to him, listen to what this Imam Mahdi is going to say about Shaitan. Listen carefully. You'll be surprised. I'm going to play the next video. Now listen carefully. So according to him, if an imam is infallible, we have to check from the record if it's written or not. And we all know the only guidance God gave us is the Quran. That's the book of guidance that he has given us. He never gave Prophet Muhammad 2 guidance, 3 guidance for only the book of God, the Quran. Quran chapter 2 verse 185. Sharu Ramadan allazi unzila fihi al-Quran hudan linnas. That is the book of God that he has given to Muhammad to deliver. According to these mushriks, they say Muhammad wanted to write something. According to Sahih al-Bukhari 5669, they said the prophet said they should come bring a paper so that he can write something for them that they will not go astray. So look at this foolishness. According to them, they are saying the prophet is thinking that the Quran is useless. So now he has to write. He has to write something which they will never go astray. So the book of God cannot even protect them. Do you see the point? It means the book of God cannot protect the people. After God saying, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Quran chapter 2 verse 2. That is the book wherein there is no doubt as guidance for those who are pious. These mushriks, they say, no. Quran cannot guide you. No. They even say Quran is not complete. Okay. So now listen to this Imam Mahdi. Now listen carefully. Then you can know these guys is either they are Illuminatis or Freemasons. I have no idea. Let's check. Check what he's going to say. I'm playing the next video. Now listen to Imam Mahdi. Yes, salam. Hana Banana, I see you. Abu Sisi, salam to you.
Who is in charge of this physical reality. Oddly enough, we also find Gnostic manuscripts which also preserve the sayings of the Ahl Bayt alayhim salam. And in these Islamic Gnostic texts, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam is explaining the beginning of creation, and he's talking about this angel named Azazel, who God lent him some of his light. And it was this light that Azazel used to begin to form creation, the earthly creation. He molds it after what it is that he's seeing in the heavens. It is he who's responsible for creating all things of the flesh. For that reason, like all of those bodies, they have these jealous natures, these lustful natures, these forgetful natures, because they are created by an imperfect God. And that is why the world is in the way that it is now, with all of this suffering and imperfection. Had it been created by a perfect creator, then the situation and the bodies and everything else, they wouldn't die, they wouldn't be struck by diseases. It's only because it was an imperfect creator that there are imperfections in creation.
Are you listening?
Satan, who is in charge of this physical reality.
So it says Satan, who is in charge of this physical reality. It means Satan is in charge, right? He's the boss. So it's not God in charge. So it's Satan who is in charge. Okay.
Oddly enough, we also find Gnostic manuscripts which also preserve the sayings of the Ahl Bayt alayhim salam. And in these Islamic Gnostic texts, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam is explaining the beginning of creation, and he's talking about this angel named Azazel, who God lent him some of his light. And it was this light that Azazel used to begin to form creation.
Now, do you see the idea of whatever they are doing? These people have taken the religion as a play and amusement, like a joke, like formulating things, making it appear as if, how will I say? You know, like if you are in a movie, like a fictional movie, like this kind of fictional movies, right? This is how these people want the religion to become, right? So, and this is why when you watch his movie, like his appearance and his videos, he's just like a Avenger character, or Marvel Universe. That is how he's making it seem, right? But look, away with this. Away with this. So this is the guy they have as Imam Mahdi. This is called the Abdullah Hashim. He is the one who says the prophet mentioned him by name in the will. And I went for a dialogue. I was asking this guy, Hussam, to give us the will, to show us in the Quran. He is now telling me, if I bring to you another book, and it has the will written and the name of Imam Mahdi is there, will you believe it? But I can understand his frustration. Okay, now let me play the video to the dialogue I had with the brother, so that you understand some of the decisions I took on that day, why I did that. Now, we did the dialogue for about 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, I was just reminding the brother the time so that I can go. You understand? And all of a sudden, I wanted to finish an explanation. The guy said he would not allow me to finish. I'm serious. And that is why I stepped down. And I'll tell you why I stepped down. I'm going to give you the main reason why I stepped down. But first of all, listen to these mushriks. Listen to this guy. First of all, we are going to hold them accountable by their own words. Now listen carefully.
The religion of peace and light followers, we think and we believe and we have evidence that Abu Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam is a man who's appointed by God. As the Ahmadi religion of peace and light followers, we think and we believe and we have evidence that Abu Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam is a man who's appointed by God.
They believe and have evidence that Abu Sadiq, that is that the Imam Mahdi they have, is appointed by God. So, ladies and gentlemen, if God has appointed this guy as the Imam Mahdi for the world, where was God supposed to mention this? Or where does God have to mention this? Is it not in the book of God? We have to find it in the Quran. It's not. Nowhere. This guy even went waffling, quoting verses out of context to try to use the word Hadi and attribute it to Imam Mahdi. Hey! No, listen to these bozos. Listen.
As the Ahmadi religion of peace and light.
As the Ahmadi religion of peace and light. Remember, this is not Islam. He's not giving you Islam. Quran chapter 27 verse 91. Listen to what Prophet Muhammad said. He said, "Wa umirtu an akuna min al-muslimin." Wa umirtu, I have been commanded an akuna min al-muslimin, to be of the Muslims. Prophet Muhammad never said I should be among the Ahmadi religion of peace and light or whatever. No. These people are bringing you a new type of religion. I'm serious, to be honest. It's a new form of religion, which is not from God. And I played a video. You know where it's coming from. The obvious religion. You know where it is coming from, right? This is devil. This is not from God. Because if it is from God, we will find the evidence in the book of God. It doesn't exist. So let's use their own words against them. It's simple. This is not a big assignment, right?
Followers, we think and we believe and we have evidence.
We think and we believe and we have evidence that what?
Evidence that Abu Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam.
That Abu Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, they send their salat upon him also.
Is a man who's appointed by God.
Is a man who is appointed by God. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine me saying Prophet Muhammad has been appointed by God, and yet I cannot prove it from the book of God where God appointed Prophet Muhammad. Hey! So now, this is their first signature. They think and believe, and here they have evidence. The evidence, ladies and gentlemen, is not from the Quran. No. They don't have any evidence in the Quran. I wasted 2.5 hours with this guy. He couldn't show us any evidence from the Quran, to be honest. Wallahi. There was no, the guy was giving legal fatwa, the legal opinion throughout. Babashuaib, he was wasting my time. If I knew this guy was empty-headed, wallahi, I would never even step on their platform. But, you know, sometimes they say you have to try and see. So that's why I went. I never took him seriously. The next video. Now, listen to this guy carefully here. Interrupting, right? And this guy kept interrupting. But before I go to the video, he said this Imam Mahdi is a messenger. He said he's a messenger of God. And yet they cannot prove it from the book of God. Again, why this guy is a messenger. So now check this video.
Awareness of people about what's happening, who we are and who you are. So I will give you the mic and I'll give a little bit of an introduction for why this discussion is happening. This discussion is happening because we are, we believe in Abu Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam as being a Mahdi, as being a guide, as being a Rasul, a messenger who's sent by God for our day and age.
Did you hear what he said? They believe that this Imam Mahdi that they have, listen to the titles he's going to give him. They are mushriks. I'm serious, to be honest. They are mushriks. He couldn't prove to me where God says he has appointed another guide, Hadi, somebody else who is Hadi apart from God. There is no other Hadi except God. But this guy says this Imam Mahdi is their Hadi. Now listen.
Increase the awareness of people about what's happening, who we are and who you are. So I will give you the mic and I'll give a little bit of an introduction for why this discussion is happening. This discussion is happening because we are, we believe in Abu Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam as being a Mahdi.
They said they believe in him as being a Mahdi,
being a guide,
and being a guide,
as being a Rasul,
and being a Rasul,
a messenger who's sent by God,
who is sent by God for, and yet none of this can be proven from the book of God. Are we not dealing with some bunch of imposters here, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, this guy says this Abu Sadiq is the Mahdi, he is the Hadi, he is the Rasul, and he is whatever. You give him all the title. And he says appointed by God. And yet, we cannot find it in the book of God. I waited 2.5 hours just to listen to this guy prove to me He says, if I bring you another book, will you believe it? Hey, how many books were given to the prophet? Huh? Okay. So this is their own words. So I'm not saying
For
it.
our day and age. That's
So our day and age, this modern date, we are in the year 2024. Remember, in the year 2024, this guy says God has appointed this Imam Mahdi, this fake Imam Mahdi, to be the Mahdi, to be the guide, to be the messenger. They say he's a messenger, and yet what message is he bringing? He said 99% of Islam is wrong. Bring us a book to be guided. You again, you said the Quran itself is not complete. Hey, Imam Mahdi. So this Imam Mahdi says the Quran is not complete. I'm not saying it. I'll play the video. You see it yourself and listen. Okay. So now, I'm going to show you why on that day, on the debate, I stepped down from the antics the guy did. Why I stepped down. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. We set forth rules during the discussion, right? We set forth rules, but he is the first to break the rules. They are never even just because they are not on the side of God. Wallahi, they are mushriks. They are not working for God. I'm serious, to be honest. These guys are working for the devil. And I'm going to prove that. Yes, I'm going to prove that. Now, I'm going to show you how we set forth the rules on that day. Then I'm going to show you what happened.
about what?
I thought you were going to explain the verse and tell
What
us
verse?
this is what the verse means. The verse we're just talking about, Quran chapter 4, verse 59.
I just
You don't
explained it.
agree. You didn't explain anything. You
I
didn't
just
tell
explained.
us how
Okay,
it
I'll
is.
repeat if you allow me.
No, but
I
let me-
literally
no,
explained it,
no,
brother.
I
I'll
allow
tell
you
you
to
just
finish.
very clearly
No,
in
no,
30
it's okay, it's
seconds, and
okay.
you can take 5 minutes. But
No, it's
just
okay,
30
it's
seconds.
okay. I'm just going over
No.
what you all said. It's okay.
What is
Because you
okay,
did the
brother?
same. You did the same to me earlier, so I don't need you to repeat yourself again. Fine. Now
You
the point
clearly
is,
didn't listen, right?
no, I was listening.
No, you
I
weren't
was listening. You did it multiple times to me. I answered you, and you say I didn't answer, and then you went over
No,
what
brother,
I
you
said.
repeated yourself. I didn't repeat myself. God bless you. God be pleased with you. No problem.
Okay, no problem.
God be pleased with
Now
you.
let me
No
talk. It's
problem.
okay.
People are
It's okay.
listening, and they're the
But
judges.
can we always deal with time? Can we
Yeah, I
do?
have.
The guy is very, very emotional, right? He gets very emotional so easily. I never thought of that. And the reason why I say correctional officer, if you have my number, always call me at the back channel. Let's have a discussion because I want to assess your brain, your IQ. When I spoke to him before we had a dialogue, he was respectful. He sounded like a good human being. But when I went to his platform, the guy I saw was a different personality altogether. He was rude, arrogant, like a mixture of everything. He set forth rules and breaks his own rules. He was very arrogant. This guy thought I don't have a platform or what.
Time. I put time for you. How many minutes do you need?
You can make it. Let's make it for 4 minutes.
So this is where we were setting forth the rules, the timing rules, right? Because I realized that to have a discussion, a civilized discussion with this guy will not work. So I told him, you know what? Let's set time for each other, 4-4, so that we can, you understand, clarify our point, our stance, right? So he agreed. Do you see the agreement? He agreed, right? Now check.
4 minutes to be
There you
precise. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Then
Yours.
it can go.
Go ahead. 4
Now,
minutes.
Now for 4 minutes, right? He gave me the chance to explain. Go ahead. Now look.
so what we are expecting from the brother is just to go straight point to the point and tell us the truth. This is where it says. Now, first of all, what people don't notice is when we take Quran chapter 10, verse 82, God says, وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَوْ كَرَهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. God will enforce the truth with his words, even if the criminals dislike it. So enforcing the truth is not about what I think, what he thinks, what somebody thinks. It's about what God is saying, which is final. Now, to establish the truth, ladies and gentlemen, look behind me. Do you see the panel behind me is black? Every intellectual person listening to me, you know this is black. But still, in this world, we will have argumentative people who will still tell you this is not black. Does that mean we have to take them seriously? Seriously, to be honest. Will you take such a person seriously? Look, the truth is from God. God says, لَقَدْ جِئْنَاكُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَكُمْ لِلْحَقِّ لِكَارِهُونَ. We have brought you the truth, but most of you hate the truth. Just because people don't agree with the truth doesn't mean necessarily it's a lie. So disagreements is bound to happen whether you like it or not. Quran is a guide.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, did you get my clarification on this stance? When something is the truth, you can never get everybody to agree with the truth. Look, if you go to Quran chapter 8, read from verse 5 to verse 6. When the prophet was alive, he came out to the people from his house with the truth. Some of the believers were averse with the truth he brought. Yes, when he came out to tell them the truth, they were averse. Some of the believers. Quran chapter 8, verse 5 to verse 6. You read it for yourself. You see what I'm saying about. Regardless of you having the book of guidance, you still have differences. Look, it's a must. Your fake Imam Mahdi can never join the world together to agree on one common goal. Look, it is impossible. I'm serious. So I don't get this naivety they have, thinking that, oh, why is it that the Quran everybody has? Look, this is how the devil works. He made a promise. He told God in Quran chapter 7, you read from verse 11 up to verse 18. He told God, I will sit on your straight path and wait for them. I will come to them from their right, from their left, from their back, and from their front. And you will not find most of them grateful. So he will make sure a lot of the people are ungrateful. That is the promise of the devil. So even if you have the truth, you don't expect everybody to agree, because God says in Quran chapter 43 verse 78, we have brought you the truth, but most of you hate the truth. So why do you expect everybody to agree with the truth? Do you get my point? So Quran can be saying something which is the truth, but still not everybody will agree. But this mushrik didn't understand that concept when I was given this simple and clear explanation. But I found out that he has personal hatred against me. This is what I noticed on that day. But you got to know, well, after I finish this program, you understand what I'm saying.
But doesn't mean we can agree on everything. That is why there is a judgment day. Quran chapter 17 verse 84. God is clearly telling you that kullun ya'malu ala shakilatihi. He's telling you that each of us, everyone works according to his manners, right? Everyone. Now, but when you take this notion that everyone acts according to his own manners, but it is only God who knows who is guided in the way. So now when it comes to establishing the truth, and you put the Quran aside and you say we have to go to an external source to take this hadith, to take that hadith, to tell me this, when the hadith is full of contradictions. We cannot even agree on a particular hadith. The shuyuks are confused. If we come to the verse, that's why we have to deal with those who are deeply rooted in knowledge. They present the arguments. It has to be examined whether there's a contradiction in their statement or not.
Now, can you hear? Whilst I was talking, this guy was laughing. He kept laughing in the background. Whenever I'm talking, he kept laughing, being rude, right? Disrespectful, totally. I'm serious. But I tolerated that because I will have to pass my message across, because I came there for one agenda.
This is how to decipher. So that is why Quran chapter 4 verse 82, God says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ, because contemplation is number one. It's very important. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ إِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ. Had it been from other than God, لَوَجِدُوهُ فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. You will have found numerous discrepancies there. So the moment you start seeing discrepancies from people, this is people's opinion. These are people's opinions.
Just like when they said Imam Mahdi, we can find it in the Quran. It's not there. They cannot prove it. There is no Imam Mahdi in the Quran. There is nothing about the will of Imam Mahdi in the Quran. There is no Abdullah Hashim in the Quran. The Mahdi they have is fake, 100% fake.
When you are sticking with the truth, you will always differentiate black from white. And that is why the Quran is Al-Furqan. I gave it the verse. I gave my understanding to it. He doesn't agree. He should give his understanding. He just went waffling all over the nets.
We mentioned a verse. I presented the understanding I have on the verse. Present your understanding to the verse. You are talking stories. He kept going on a story rampage of stories. This guy went on the fatwa mood, waffling here and there. Nothing to present to the audience. Let's go.
Talking about things spaceship, and so on, which has nothing to do with the verse whatsoever. When you looking for the words of God, you find it in the Quran. When you are looking for the words of the messenger, not the prophet, the messenger, you find it in the Quran. God always says, yes, alunaka ani ruhu. Then he will say, kul.
Now, this is another part he didn't understand. When I said, when we are looking for the words of God, you find it in the Quran. It's the book of God. When you are looking for the words of the messenger, the Rasul, is still in the Quran. Atiwullaha wa atiwu Rasul. They find it in the same book. The message is there. So that is why God keep telling the messenger, yes, alunaka anil khamr wal maisir. Wa yes, alunaka maza yunfiku. Yes, alunaka anil ruhu. Yes, alunaka anis sa'at. Then God will now tell him, kul. So that is the messenger. He has to say what God asked him to say. You don't expect you find the words of God here and then you jump and go to some garbage book to go and find the words of the messenger. This is how the mushriks have been programmed. So they think you go in some book which is like which has no license whatsoever from the messenger. They expect that is the book. That's where you go and get the book. And then that is where you find the words of the messenger. This is what they understand. So when we are giving them the simplest form of understanding from the book of God, they hate it. They don't like it because it doesn't buy into their agendas. Right? Okay.
That's the messenger. Speak. Yas'alunaka anil khamr wal maisir. Kul. Yas'alunaka maza yunfiku. Kul. So when God says obey God and obey the messenger, that is where you find the answer in the book of God. When it comes to the discrepancies or the misunderstandings we have with each other, this is where knowledge plays a role. You sit each other down and have a discussion, then you can establish the truth.
So this is what he didn't understand what I said. Look, if babashuaib, I say anything and you think I'm lying to the people, all I need is be a man, arrange a dialogue with me, come to my platform, arrange a dialogue with me. Then we go over whatever I said. Then we see if I'm lying or not. This is how you establish the truth. And that is why when somebody is guilty of an offense, they take you to the court of law. You go to the court and they stand you and then they ask you questions. Then you can justify the means. Do you get my point? Then you establish the truth. That is how to establish the truth. But this guy was still confused. When I was talking, it was going here and passing here. You will find it out. You check.
And the truth is any factual information that can be proven. It's factual. You don't need to be wishy-washy about the truth. So this is why we are having this discussion. Remember, the title is, he is going to prove to me the Imam Mahdi.
When I said he is going to prove to me the Imam Mahdi, that was the only reason why I'm there. I'm serious. Prove to me the Imam Mahdi. But listen, he is going to budge out. Listen.
Where God actually mentioned it in the Quran. That's the title, ladies and gentlemen. So embrace yourselves.
That's not the title. So
then he says, that's not the title. So why do you think I was there? To come and have a dinner with you? Why do you think I was there? Dude, I was there to prove for you. I did a video on you guys, you mushriks. And I expose your leader that he is the fake Imam Mahdi. He is not Imam Mahdi. He is either appointed by Illuminati or Freemasons. So if you want to prove me wrong, and I said he wasn't appointed by God. So if you want to prove babashuaib wrong, whose book are you supposed to use to prove babashuaib wrong? Is it not God's book? Simple. You have to use God's book to prove me wrong. And now you want to put God's book in the trash. He's telling me the book of God is not complete. Listen, I'll play the video. You tranquil.
let's take it. But like, I will prove it, no problem.
Then he says, I will prove it. We did 2.5 hours, ladies and gentlemen. He never proved anything till I stepped down. I'm serious. This guy doesn't know I have a life. He thinks I'm just there to waste my precious time with a bozo like him. I'm serious. He never knew I have a life. If this guy lived half of my life, he will commit suicide. I'm serious. To be honest, he will commit suicide. Half of my life. Yeah. Because you, at the end of the day, you are just a disciple to a fake imam. So your job is less. If you live half of my life being the correctional officer, babashuaib, your phone buzzing here and there regularly, you commit suicide. Trust me. Now, the next video, so that you understand how this guy broke the rules. Let me go to the next video. So this is where the disrespect is going to start. Now here, after we have set the rules to go for 4 minutes, now the disrespect is going to start.
Be lost if you don't hold on to this phone.
And sorry, at the last part of our dialogue, I think there's a chipmunk voice that just kept hop on. Then the voice is changed all of the sudden, right? It disrupted everything, right? So this is why the sound went like this, right? So now listen.
You are going to be lost.
He said, if you hold on to the Quran alone, you are going to be lost. This is the mushrik saying that. If you hold on to the Quran alone, you are going to be lost. Now listen.
You're going to be lost.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Now, when I say, can I speak? It was my turn to speak. I'm serious. This guy put me on hold for like 4 minutes when it was my turn to speak. He has finished speaking, but he just loves speaking. So he wants to keep on speaking. And I said, can I speak? Now listen what he's going to do.
Go ahead.
Quran chapter 61 verse 9. Huwa allazi arsala rasulahu bil huda. He used the word bil. Now this bil is showing that he has, not him. He's
No,
no.
I disagree. I disagree.
No. Can I finish speaking?
Yeah, I disagree.
Bill.
I disagree.
If I,
It's
please,
inside
can I
of
finish talking?
Inside of it.
Can I finish talking?
Okay, but like, I disagree.
If I'm writing
how
a
are we gonna
book-
solve?
Wallahi lazim, this guy is a bozo. I'm serious. He is a bozo. I'm serious. We agree for 4 minutes. You agree to it. It's my time to speak. Let me speak. People can hear my explanation. I just started speaking. The guy says, I disagree. You disagree? Shut your beak and let me talk. The guy says no. But listen why I got angry. Listen, and I will show you the reason why I got angry.
Solve this problem.
Please.
Brother, how are we gonna solve
Look,
this
I allowed
problem?
you to
God bless
talk because I want people to understand our conversation.
Brother, you don't understand. Right now, look,
Can I finish
again, I will
talking?
give you
I'm
10
explaining-
minutes. Wallah, I will give you 10 minutes like I did before.
I don't
Wallahi,
need
I
the
gave you 10
minutes.
minutes.
Now again, he wants to interrupt me, telling me he will give me 10 minutes. This guy thought I don't have a life. He thought I was just Allah, this bozo. It's not your fault. I gave you the chance. This guy, he's telling me again, let me talk. Let me do the heebie-jeebies talking. I will give you 10 minutes. As if, like, what does he think I was there for? He says he will give me 10 minutes. And I say, I don't need the 10 minutes. Let me finish my point. Now look.
I don't need 10 minutes. Can I finish my point first? Then
You don't want to discuss.
No.
You want to just
Like,
give me
I
a
allowed you to
monologue.
talk.
That's what
I
you
just want to talk about
okay.
this.
Give me a
Let
back
me
and forth. I will
finish.
give you back and forth.
Give me a back and forth. I'll give you back and forth. This guy is a bozo. I don't know if he has done a proper dialogue in his life ever. I thought he was matured in the head. That's why I said we don't need a moderator. I'll show you why I said we didn't need a moderator. I'll tell you why. Because I normally allow that to happen. You remember my debate, my dialogue with Siddiq Bozo. I allow that because I want people to see their foolishness. That is why I allow this kind of setting. If they are honest enough, they will do it diligently. But if they are not honest, this is where they break the rules. If these guys become your leaders in any of your nations, you are lost. I'm serious. They can never be just and honest with you, especially telling you they are calling you to salvation. Beware, oh, beware. Ladies and gentlemen, beware of these phonies.
Can I finish my point?
Is this guy okay?
Now I ask him, can I finish my point? He is asking me, is this guy okay? Hey, this guy has nerves. So you do this foolishness in Nima, like how you go get defty slaps, eh? Hey.
No, is it difficult to finish my point?
No. Are you okay, brother?
Now he's asking me, are you okay, brother? Me, I'm talking. It's my turn to talk. I'm explaining something. You stop me, you say you disagree. But let me finish my point before you disagree. I have not even finished. He disagreed, and now he said I should allow him my time. I should give him back. to speak, then he will give me 10 minutes. Hey. I never knew this guy is a bozo till I went on his platform. I'm serious. I'm serious. Now listen, look at his eyes. You know he's on drugs.
No, I'm not okay. I'm mentally kaput.
I don't think you understand the logic.
Yeah,
it seems
what kind of question is that?
At least you admit it. So look, the idea, brother. Watch. When
Can
I have a problem with you,
can I finish the verse?
No, you're not.
Am I going to finish my verse?
Right now, I need to come to an agreement. I stopped the time for you. I'm not going forward on time.
But I don't care about time. Look.
Your time, you want it? Yeah, you want time? I give you time.
We are already 2.5 hours into the program. Do you think
So this is where I was telling him, we have done 2 hours. And when I checked even, it was 2.5 hours. It wasn't 2 hours. It was 2.5 hours. And I was telling him, look, I don't have all the time. Let me finish my points. Then we see how we can end the program. Now, this is where I got angry. You are going to hear the last thing that got me angry. Listen what the guy says.
I have all day for you here.
You don't need to be here.
Nobody.
Then he said, you don't need to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. I just didn't make a decision to leave. It is based on his choice of words that made me leave. He is telling me I don't need to be here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in somebody's house and he tells you, you don't need to be here, ladies and gentlemen, what are you there to do? Again, you be honest. Tell me honestly. If you go to somebody's house and he opens his mouth to tell you, you don't need to be here, please, ladies and gentlemen, are you going to stay? No, just be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to stay in a house when the owner is telling you, you don't need to be here? But listen.
You guys forced you or twisted your arms to be here. God be pleased.
Then he insulted me by saying my twisted arms to be here. I tolerated it.
No, I just want to finish my verse. Is that a problem?
Yes, it is a problem.
Oh, you are? So now, since he says you don't need to be here, and I told him I just want to finish my verse, is it a problem? This bozo says, yes, I have a problem. So now, ladies and gentlemen, tell me the reason why I'll be on a bozo's platform like this. Tell me why I should stay on a bozo's platform. I just asked him, can I finish my verse? I wasn't even asking for the 4 minutes anymore. That 4 minutes, I don't need it. I only say, let me finish the verse, because these people hate the truth. They don't want the truth. I'm serious. Just as God says, we have brought you the truth, but most of you, these bozos, they hate the truth. This guy, I'll play the video. He says Quran is not complete. And he says Quran will lead you astray. If you follow the Quran alone, you go astray. And he says the Quran doesn't even make sense. So these people, they say Imam Mahdi, these people, you listen to this bozo.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I'm saying. There is.
So this is why I say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, no need for me to be here. 1, the guy says I don't need to be here. 2, I ask him, can I finish my verse? Is it a problem? He says, yes, it's a problem. I'm not going to allow you to finish, he said. So now tell me why I should stay on a platform when the host is being a tyrant. Now tell me the reason why I should be on a platform when your host is acting like a pharaoh, like a tyrant. Will you be on such a platform? Now, just be honest. Tell me, will you be on such a platform?
I think we cannot have a conversation.
So this is where I told ladies and gentlemen, I think we cannot have a discussion. So I have to go. That's why I left. You people know how I control my patience. Look, there is no mushrik out there who can display patience more than me, babashuaib. Wallahi lazim. But the reason why I have to leave this bozo's platform is the way he displayed the disrespect, the arrogance, the tyranny, the naivety, oh no.
Yes,
because I'm not on your.
Then I said, when I said, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot be in, he is again laughing and telling me I'm going to run away. Hey, this guy has the guts. If I want to run away, will I come to your platform? No, ladies and gentlemen, if babashuaib, I'm scared of you the bozo, you Hussam. What is his name? This bozo, Hussam al-Hakim. If I'm scared of you, Do you think I'll come to your platform? When you look at this Nima boy's eyes, does it look like I'm scared of any bozo on earth? I came to your platform. I sat there for 2.5 hours. And you are telling me I'm going to run away. 2.5 hours. I'm going to run away from you, the bozo. You. Hey, you don't know me, right? Yes, for people who watched, you saw it. He wanted me to just sit, not talk. This guy can be talking, no proof. Anything. Look, I never asked him anything and he brought a proof. Wallahi, on that program. I'll be resharing the full version of the program on my YouTube. Don't worry, I'll put it. I'm just putting the editing in touch where the text and everything can be seen. The statement we said can be seen. Then I'll put it. You see it.
Program.
That's okay,
to just be submissive anytime. Just
God bless you, brother. The whole conversation, 2 hours. I gave you time and I said
no. We cannot have a discussion like this.
We cannot have a discussion.
So this is where I left. So now let me tell you why I got angry. This is where he broke the rules. I'm going to show the rules. Why that happened. Now this is where, here. I thought he was a civilized person who can
when actually... I came here, brother, some thought, oh, this guy is just a Dick, Tom, and Harry who just talking about Arabic language and doesn't know, no idea what he's talking about. And this is the way I want discussions to be. And that's why when he asked for a moderator, I said, no, we are mature people. We can actually go at it and have it.
So in the beginning, the guy was saying, oh, should we look for a moderator? And I said, we are mature people, because when I spoke to him on phone, he sounded like a decent person. Do you understand? He sounded like a decent person. So I was like, no, we are mature people. We don't need to have a moderator. We can have, you understand, a civilized discussion. He agreed. And I said, okay, let's go like that. So now we even started this. When we started in the first 5-10 minutes, he was about to get angry. I'm serious. He was about to get angry. And then I realized these people actually hate the Quran. It's the Quran that makes them angry. Now listen.
Discussion. Now this is how I want a discussion to go.
Then I said, this is how I want a discussion to go. Because when I'm dealing with a matured person, I'm expecting us to be able to cooperate without a mediator, a referee. Like we can be civilized and have discussions without an intermediate person, like a mediator, somebody telling us, as if kids, when kids are doing something. I have 2 kids. When they are doing something, sometimes they cannot cooperate, so I have to come in between in order to you understand, to disengage whatever they are doing. So I thought this guy, since he called me respectfully, we even talked, we shared even salams. Usually the mushriks, when you say salam, they don't respond. We spoke respectfully. And I told him, yeah, we can do it this way. Now listen to what I said on that platform.
But if it's left to legal opinion, fatwa, then I don't think there's a discussion. There's verses there. Let's deal with the verse. By the way, if we have to make this topic interesting, can we move on to the will? So that Brother Hussam can prove to us the will from the Quran and show us where it says Abdullah Hashim or Imam Mahdi is coming, because people are waiting. It has to be interesting. Over to you.
Okay. So I said.
So after I gave the reasons why we don't need a moderator. And then I said, let's not make it like a legal fatwa, like a fatwa, where you sit there, just waffle, say things without proof, without anything, and then castigating. Look, he was doing personal attack on that day. He was attacking me personally on that day. Everything he says is about me. He wasn't there to prove me anything. I'm serious. The video will be there. I'll put it. You see. Look, he wasn't proving anything. When he asked me a question, I go into the Quran, I bring the verses. When I'm explaining, this guy is getting heart attack. When I'm explaining, it's pinching him. So that is why when he goes to the last part, he says, no. I disagree. I will not let you finish. I will not let you finish. Hey. So I asked this guy, prove to us the will of Imam Mahdi.
If he wrote it or not. That was the topic. So again, the brother.
Then you went ahead to say, oh, the debate, the dialogue is about if he wrote the will or not. But yet still, till I left, he never proved to me where the will was, where Prophet wrote the will. Otito or Otilo, how do you say Otita? He never showed me nowhere. Okay. So now here I even said we can have a mature discussion without a moderator, right? Okay. The next video, listen to what I said and the reasons why I got angry and stepped down from his platform. I'm going to play the next video. Here, he says, do not interrupt, right? Okay.
When, you know, to you and
Honestly,
back to you. I know the verse more than you. I've memorized this verse, you know.
So this was before we set the rules. This is how we started our conversation before the rules were set for the 4 minutes. But listen what happened. You listen here.
Yes, like you cannot tell me that I don't know what I'm reading. Please do not interrupt. Please do not interrupt. Do not interrupt.
Do you see how he acted? He was straight face and he says, do not interrupt. Now check how I comported myself when he says, do not interrupt. Now look.
Look, every time if there is a discussion, there has to be a...
He said, do not interrupt. I said, okay. Now I allowed him to talk.
Space for respect, and when I'm asking you a question that is logically problematic for me, and I see it as a problem, you need to intellectually deal with it, not mockery.
Where was the mockery on that day? He was asking me, what is the meaning of mutashabiha? And I said, it means similar. The guy is still asking me the same question again. What is the meaning of mutashabiha? Again, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, what is the meaning of food? Then the person explains what food is. Then you are still asking the person, what is the meaning of food? Again. Seriously, check.
Mockery is the way in the Quran, by the way. Mockery is very looked down on. You know, like you should not be mocking anything and anyone.
Where is the mockery?
Because perhaps the one who you're mocking is like, you know, you don't know.
So where's the mockery?
So now I was asking him, where's the mockery? Where did I mock you? That day, who was mocking who? Because you were rather mocking. Even when I was explaining verses, you were laughing. So who was mocking who? This guy has the nerve, so I'm serious. This bozo.
You saying that when I'm actually sitting here and I'm saying, you're saying this is muhkam, this is a verse that is clear verses, or what?
Which is precise. I didn't use the word
good. Precise.
I didn't use the word clear.
Yeah, precise.
Choice of words.
That's okay. Precise. Okay, choice of words, right?
You see, now this is what we call mockery. When I said choice of words, now look, then he put the smile, the clown face. Yeah, choice of words. So these people, they say things and they act contrary to the same things they are accusing you of. I don't understand how their brain works. I'm serious.
Like, we're going to add choices of words here. So everybody's now, ISIS members have the right to actually...
All of a sudden, the guy just jumped into ISIS conversation. We are there to prove Imam Mahdi will. The guy left choice of words and jumped into ISIS conversation. Okay.
Would put their own choices of words as well. So that let's take it one at a time. Yeah, this is a precise, certain, precise, very clear. Do not touch the pork. Do not touch pigs. It's very clear. Yeah. Well, and the other ones you said is similar, but I'm asking similar what? Like, okay, what is the wisdom behind saying there are verses that are similar? I want to know. Similar what? Yani similar to each other? In the Quran?
Verse says, now
he was asking me a question, and I wanted the verse to explain the answer to him. But these mushriks, they don't believe the Quran can explain itself. They never believe that. Quran chapter 16 verse 89, God told the Prophet, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبِيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. And we have revealed to you the book as a clarification for all things, and as guidance and mercy and good news for the submitters, the Muslims. These mushriks, they don't believe the Quran is a clarification for all things. So me, being somebody who follows the book of God for guidance, I know there's clarification in the verses when you read them. So when he asked me a question, I was taking him back to the verse to show him the clarification God did concerning the mutashabiha verses or the signs. This guy was not paying attention. He thought I was just repeating myself. But because their brains have not been trained to understand the book of God, they believe in their idols and their books. They don't pay attention to God. So now check.
Can I speak up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now listen. Now I ask him, can I speak up? He said, yeah.
Now let's go back to the verse. Context is always the key. God clearly says, Huwa allazi anzala alayka al-kitab minhu ayatun muhkamat. So God is...
So here, when I was repeating the verse, this guy was burning. He was burning because I was repeating the verse of God. This guy was boiling up because they hate the verses of God. I don't know why. But you check the reaction.
Now deciphering, telling us the difference. So he says, among the signs from the Quran, the book, minhu, we have what is ayatun muhkamat. Some signs are precise. Then now he goes ahead to say...
ayat are.
Is interrupting. I said some signs. He still says some ayat. He doesn't know ayat is Arabic language. Ladies and gentlemen, you listen.
Minhu, we have what is ayatun muhkamat.
Ayatun muhkamat. Now let's see what I said.
Some signs are precise.
Some signs. The word ayah is a sign. It can be a sign. So I said some signs are muhkamat. Now listen.
Then now he goes ahead
Some
to say...
ayat are, yeah.
Yes, some ayat. Signs are ayat also.
It's different context, right?
Can you stop interrupting me?
Somebody has to explain. He's explaining. Let him finish. For God's sake. I did it to you. You got upset. Stop interrupting. I stopped. Now I'm explaining so my audience can understand. This guy is interfering with what I was explaining. Hey!
I did that. You got upset. Please.
Well,
don't
yeah,
interrupt.
like then it's a discussion.
وَأُخَرُ مُتَشَابِهَةٌ. Now, then he tells us that other signs, this ayat, other signs are mutashabiha, similar. He never says they are unclear because
he said mutashabiha means unclear. And I corrected him. I said, dude, it doesn't mean unclear. It means similar. When something is similar, doesn't mean it's unclear. Look, twins. If you have identical twins, they are similar, but they are not the same. And every parent, the parent who gave birth to the twins, always know the difference. Right? It doesn't mean it is unclear. To that parent, they know the difference. They know them. They can identify. And that is why in Quran chapter 3, verse 7, rasikhuna fil ilm, those deeply rooted in knowledge, they can also decipher and know which verse is similar, which sign is similar to which, but not the same in meaning. They know that. So I was using this analogy to give you the understanding that when we say mutashabiha, it doesn't mean unclear. But these mushriks, they say mutashabiha means the verses are unclear. You see the bozus. Okay.
It's like if I have twins, if I have two kids and they are twins, they are similar, but they are not the same.
No problem.
So if I say mutashabiha, they are similar, it doesn't mean they are unclear. A parent
so the brother doesn't know what it means.
You see again? Do you see? I was still talking. He's interrupting.
Obviously.
Can I please speak up?
No,
please.
Obviously you don't know what it means.
But
because
please,
I ask you and you go around and around.
If
and around
you do this, we can't have a discussion.
Yeah,
So this is where I told him, if you do this, we can't have a discussion. If I came to your platform, respect me. Don't just think, babashuaib, I just come to your platform. I'm just like how a useless person or this thing. You just think, have the honor. Like, Hussam, now you are on my page commenting that, hey, I want you to come again, and then I should come again. For the disrespect that you did. He even wrote, he says, I apologize. You apologize what? So you know you did something wrong. You apologize? You are telling me you have never seen anything yet. You don't know babashuaib, correctional officer. I'm going to dismantle you and your cult. I'm serious. You don't know me. If I'm coming full force, you regret ever stepping on my toes. You watch and see. Let me dismantle you also. If I go over beyond bounds, then I can apologize also. It's the same thing now. Let's go.
The correctional officer, you are not God here, yes?
This guy went ahead to tell me I'm not God here. Did I claim being God? I never claimed to be God.
Just submit to yourself a little bit, just...
Now you say I have to submit to myself. No, I will submit to God. I don't submit to myself. He's telling me, this guy, they are devils. He's telling me to submit to myself. I don't submit to myself. I submit to God. I'm a Muslim to God, not to myself. Listen.
Lower yourself a little bit, yeah?
Submit to
obviously, when I asked you a question about what it means...
So I was trying to get his answer. I said, submit to who? Because he says I should submit to myself. And I should submit to who? He ignored that.
Means you keep going back and repeating the same thing as if you're a parrot.
You see the insult? Did you see the insult? When he asked me a question, I'm using the verses to explain. He says, I keep repeating myself as if I'm a parrot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are dealing with somebody who is respectful, will he use words like that when you're having a dialogue with a person?
God be pleased with you. Yes, God be pleased with you. Like, don't repeat yourself. I'm asking you for a definition.
And I told him, can you stop interrupting me? Please.
What does this mean? When you say mutashabih, what does it mean? Like, brother, okay, this word has a meaning, correct?
I just told you the meaning.
You didn't say anything. You said...
Do you see? He asked me the meaning of mutashabihah. I gave him the meaning. I said it means similar. He is saying I didn't say anything. Hey, I don't know what the mushriks they are listening to when they are having conversation with you. I don't know. When you're talking to them, to be honest, if you are speaking from the Quran to any mushrik, they don't listen to you. It's like they are looking at you, but they don't see you. They are listening, but they cannot hear you. I'm serious. This guy just said I didn't explain anything.
Mutashabih is similar. Similar to what? What am I saying?
Now he says, I said mutashabih is similar. You asked me the meaning of mutashabih, one word. And I say it means similar. So I didn't give you the meaning. Hey, Hussam.
Supposed to understand.
The audience are listening. I was explaining, you keep interrupting.
You see how he's boiling up. He kept boiling up. This guy has anger issues. He needs to go for anger management. I'm serious. He had anger issues on that day. Look, the Hussam I spoke to on phone before we had this dialogue was not the same reaction I was having as a person on that day. It was a I don't know. Yeah, to be honest, I'm just saying. From his reaction, I don't know if he was on drugs, I don't know. But his reaction, it baffles me, like it confuses me. I was watching him, I'm like in my head, I was like, is it the same person I was talking to the other day? That's what I was thinking in my head.
And start with that. Start there. Start at the end, yeah? Don't go from the start.
Let's have a civilized discussion. Simple.
I keep telling him, stop interrupting. Let's have a civilized discussion. You speak your point. When you are done, let me speak my point. Let's go. Audience will hear and decide. The guy keep interrupting me because my explanation doesn't go with their mushrik ideology. So he gets offended.
Can you stop interacting?
You see the face he gave? If it's in the movie, this guy will be a villain. I'm serious. Unfortunately, those on TikTok, you cannot see the screen. If you are watching from Facebook and YouTube, you can see the screen. Yes, this guy. Somebody says what? Amara says what? He needs to go for anger management, correction manager.
Simple.
Brother, God be pleased with you. This is not a joke. I'm not.
You see, he got upset. That's why I say he need to be anger managed. You know, he needs to go for anger management. I'm serious. all of a sudden, look, his reaction changed. Now look, listen to his voice.
I'm not playing games with you. You understand? I'm not playing games with you. I'm here so that I can discuss with you this matter. If I'm asking you a question, please answer the question. Don't go looping around on me. You know, I gave you the time. You went all the way. You started and then you finished. And then you said, this is what it means, similar. I say, what similar what? Why do you keep repeating the same thing? You know, like just give me the, what does it mean? This word, underline it. Yeah, underline the word mutashabih and tell me, explain it to me. You know, go ahead.
What? Guys, did you just hear what I said? This word mutashabih, what does it mean? It means similar. What do you want me to say? I don't know how this mushrik's brain function. You ask me a word and you ask me, what does it mean? And I say, it means similar. The guy is still asking me the same question again. What does it mean? What should I say? Oh, I have to say, according to Imam Bukhari, this Imam says, Qurtubi says, it means black and white, and it means what?
Mike is yours. I'm not here to interrupt you.
Huh? He said, I'm not here to interrupt you after interrupting me like 1,000 times.
To be honest, if you interrupt me again, we end the program.
So this is where I gave him the ultimatum. And I told him, since he said he's not in here to interrupt me, then I said, if you interrupt me again, we are going to end the program. I cannot tolerate the disrespect. Look, the disrespect has a limit. The tolerance has a limit. Look, even God, who created the heavens and the earth, who is superior than everybody, he has the limit to his patience that he displays for his servant. It gets to a point he will annihilate you. Seriously. Right? So now, how much less me, the creation of God, that my patience is limited? If I tolerate this nonsense for far too long, even my audience will get angry with me. Do you see the point?
Okay, that would
now
be you running.
The point is,
okay, so now let me play this other video. Now listen to where he said the Quran doesn't make sense. If you are going to follow the Quran, it doesn't make sense. Listen to what he said.
They didn't have the Quran between their hands like he does today, because he today, mashallah, he has the science technology, you know, like that's why he has a book in his hand today. So back then, what did they do? They go and memorize some things. Now the Sahaba are the same. What's the problem? Now the Quran was a narration, that's a narration. What's the difference between these two? Who gathered this book for you? You say that it's Allah Almighty. We say prove it. Because I have a Quran that's based on Warsh. I have a Quran based on Hafs. There's differences in words, differences in numbers, differences in meaning, differences in literally meanings. Do you understand? Differences in meaning, differences in laws, jurisprudence, man. When the Quran does not make sense, go to the Surah An-Nisa. By itself, the Quran, you'll only understand maybe like the stories of it, you know, like correctly. The rest is you're gonna be completely misguided. Surah An-Nisa, the first 3 ayat of it does not make any sense whatsoever. Go ahead. Surah An-Nisa, verse number 1 to 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, is it true? He says Surah An-Nisa, verse number 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't make sense, right? I'm going to open it. Let's check if it doesn't make sense. Hussam is saying it doesn't. This is an insult to the Quran. But this same guy says they are calling you to the fake Imam Mahdi. Let's go and check if he's telling the truth. Quran chapter 4, verse 1. I'm going to read up to verse 4. He says it doesn't make sense. Let's check if it is true. So, Hussam, let's put your words to the test. You said Quran, Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 1 up to verse 4. It doesn't make sense. Thank you, Lami, for the Greek gift. I appreciate that. Now, chapter 4, verse 1. O you mankind, reference your Lord, the one who created you from one soul and created its mate from it and transmitted from both of them many men and women. So beware of God whom you ask about, as well as the kinship. Indeed, God is watching over you. Verse 2, and give the orphans their properties, and do not exchange the bad and for the good, nor shall you consume their properties into your properties. Indeed, it is a great sin. I've not finished, but you can see the sense inside. Verse 3, and if you fear that you cannot be equitable regarding the orphans, then marry whoever pleases you among the women, by twos, by threes, and by fours. But if you fear that you cannot act justly, then one, or those your right hand possesses. That is the least that you will not deviate. Verse 4, and give the women gifts as their dowers, right? The bride price, right? And if they make pleasant to you anything priceless thereof, then consume it pleasantly and healthily. This is chapter 4, verse 1 up to verse 4. This bozo I put on my screen here, he is saying the Quran, when you read chapter 4, verse 1 up to verse 4, it doesn't make sense. I didn't say it. This bozo said it.
Like the stories of it, you know, like correctly. The rest is you're gonna be completely misguided. Surah An-Nisa, the first 3 ayats of it does not make any sense whatsoever. Go ahead. Surah An-Nisa, verse number 1 to 4 to 5. I'll read it.
So this is the guys, Ahmadi. They are calling you to Ahmadi religion. This guy, this bozo on the screen. He said, he says the Quran doesn't make sense. And he says if you follow the Quran alone, you are going to be misguided. Okay, away with this guy. Let's put another video of him. Let's deal with him here. So another video of him, he says the Quran is not complete. So listen what he said.
Memorize the Quran.
God bless you, brother.
So here, the reason why I asked him here if he has memorized, he was asking me, he was telling me that, oh, you didn't memorize the Quran. You didn't memorize the Quran. You've not memorized the Quran. So I was like, what? So then I asked him, have you memorized the Quran? He doesn't want to answer. Now listen.
Have I memorized it? I don't need to memorize it because it's...
Now he says, I don't need to memorize it. The mushrik says, I don't need to memorize it.
It's not the complete 100% authentic Quran.
Did you hear it? He says, because it's not the complete 100% of the Quran. I'm not saying it. This guy swear to me that day that he never said that the Quran is not complete. But listen to him again.
Have you memorized the Quran?
God bless you, brother. Have I memorized it? I don't need to memorize it because it's not the complete 100% authentic Quran.
Then he says, because it's not the complete 100% of the Quran. This is what he said. This is what the bozo said. This guy calling you to the Ahmadi religion. The Ahmadi religion of peace and light, and yet their disciples don't have peace inside them. Hey, okay.
Tell me.
You have not yet proved that the Quran is authentic 100%. You know, you understand? You know, like, so it's like it's a problem for you, not for me. I don't believe that God. I don't believe that God. God's religion is a book. I believe.
So he doesn't believe that God's religion is a book. No, he doesn't believe that. Now listen.
Was that the topic?
God's religion is a man who's appointed by God. That's the religion.
Was that the topic? That I should prove the Quran? Is that the topic?
No, but you're the one who is claiming he's...
I came there so that you prove to me the will of Imam Mahdi from the Quran. You left that on the side. You are telling me to prove the authenticity of the Quran. Was that why I was on your platform? No, ladies and gentlemen, was that why I came to this bozo's platform? The answer is no. I did a video about your fake Imam, and I said he should not lie. He is not the Imam Mahdi. There is no Imam Mahdi in the Quran. God never said he left a will, or Prophet should leave a will with somebody called Abdullah Hashim or Imam Mahdi. You said it is. And I said, prove it. You couldn't prove it. Now you are doing a straw man argument, telling me I should prove to you who claim to be another Muslim. I should prove to you the authenticity of the Quran. Hey! Was I dealing with a Christian? I don't get it. Was I dealing with a Jew? He said, I should now prove to me that the Quran is to him that the Quran is complete before he will now prove to me the will of Imam Mahdi. So this bozo is directly telling you the Quran is not complete. So why are you wasting your time, fellas?
When you talk, let me answer you. When you talk as if the Quran is complete.
Did you hear what he said? When I talk as if the Quran is complete, what is he telling you? The Quran is not complete. Oh, he said it in the beginning. I don't need to even explain, right?
Then of course I have to bring you back to this thing, because you're the one who's limiting your own understanding in your own conversation based on these limits, and the limit is what? That the Quran is complete.
Yeah, I said Quran is complete. The guy says Quran is not complete. Hey, akwai magana. Hey. Ibrahim Kar says the guy is genuinely ISIS member. He is.
But that's false. That's a false, and that's.
He says if I say Quran is complete, it is a false.
It's a false category. Why?
Have you memorized the Quran?
God bless you, brother. Have I memorized it? I don't need to memorize it because it's not the complete 100% authentic Quran.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the one saying it. This is Hussam, the guy I did dialogue with it. I'm using his own words against him. I'm not even saying anything new. His own words. And this is the guys, they say they are calling you to the Ahmadi religion of peace. The dialogue I did with him, they hid it on their platform. It's not on display. If you go to their live session, go to the live videos, they hid the video because they know the mess up he did in the video. So the group, they are embarrassed with what the guy did. So they hid the video. Now that I'm talking, I know they will go in and unlock it because I'll share it on my platform anyway. So anticipate, you see the dialogue. So let me play the last video from him that when I was schooling him. I schooled him actually. He wasn't happy with the schooling I was giving him. So he was... You know the feeling when your teacher is teaching you so much that you get upset? That's how I was teaching him. So he got upset. Let me show you how I was schooling him. He said, God is praying for the prophet.
As a matter of fact, chapter 33, verse 56. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhallazina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu tasliman does not use the word salat. There, the word salat doesn't appear there. It's a verbal form used solely Allah. Solely Allah. So used in this context, ladies and gentlemen, kindly open Quran chapter 33 verse 43. And then you see how God utilized the same word. Then you get the understanding. Now, Quran chapter 33 verse 43. Now listen what God says. God says, Huwa allazi yusalli alaykum wa malaikatuhu لِيُخْرِجَكُمْ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ وَكَانَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَحِيمًا. Now this verse is clearly telling you what God does for the believers. It is not about prayer, to pray for the believers. No, why will God pray? No. What actually God does, this Salli Allah here, is to bring...
When I said God doesn't pray, why would God pray? He was laughing. Because the mushriks, they think Muhammad... Look, you don't know, eh? They think God is actually praying. They don't understand the meaning of the word prayer. Prayer is an act of communicating with a deity. So if you say God should pray for Muhammad, how? Now, seriously, tell me, how does God pray for Muhammad? Are you nuts? Are you guys bozos when you say God is praying for Muhammad? God to pray for Muhammad. How?
The believers out of darknesses into the light. It's an action that God has to use a means to bring you out of darkness into the light. Now, how does God communicate with the believers? Quran chapter 57, verse 9. Look how God brings people out of darknesses into the light. Chapter 57, verse 9, God is further explaining, Huwa allazi yunazzilu ala abdihi ayatin bayyinat liyikhurijakum mina zulumat ila nur. Wa inna allaha bikum ra'ufun rahima. Now you see, this verse in chapter 57, verse 9, God is now telling you that God uses his verses to bring you out of the darknesses into the light. Now let's go back to 33:43. When God says, Huwa allazi yusalli alaykum, you the believers, he does the salli alaykum, that act is to bring you out of the darknesses into the light. It is not literally to just sit down and tell God, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. He already told you, Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Why are you now repeating, telling God, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad? Pray for the prophet. Why will God pray?
I'll tell you.
So now,
I'll tell
the
you.
word salli ala there is an act of reaching out. God reaches out to us via the verses. But the first place, the verses doesn't come to us direct. It has to be in the medium through an angel, through a human being, before it gets to us. That's the form of reaching out. Now, in order for us to get the verses, we the people also who are based around the time of the prophet, we have to reach out to the prophet in terms of communicating with him in order to get the verses. So that now the verses will take us out of the darknesses into the light. So it's an act of connection with God. There is no notion of prayer in that verse. But this is the guy who said one word can have multiple meanings, but he stuck to prayer. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my point.
Okay.
So the guy was, when we started, he doesn't know my in-depth knowledge in the Quran. He was saying in Arabic, one word has multiple meanings, and so have you. I was just watching him. This guy doesn't know I translated a fully translated Quran. He doesn't know. Or maybe he doesn't know. So when he started talking, waffling, I was just sitting smiling. When we went into the dialogue, now he said, Inna Allahu malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. It means pray. Hey, that is when I look at the brother in the eye and I'm like, pray? So you mean God and his angels, they pray for the prophet? He's like, yes, they pray. Hey, they pray. How do they pray? Hey. So now this is the problem. Husam, the point is, if you have known that the word salah doesn't have just one meaning, it has multiple meanings, or if you knew, how come you are sticking to pray and you are causing contradiction in the words of God? God never asked you to pray for Muhammad. You are a fool to think you this bozo in this earth right now, you have to pray for Muhammad. Somebody God has already honored and approved as a prophet and a messenger. You the bozo today in this world. Your wretched life. Are you even blessed enough? Have you even finished blessing your kids and family? You want to pray for the prophet? You. You the which one? Ahmadi religion? Which one? The Shia, Sunni? Let me get this right. Which of you is praying for the prophet? Which of you? Seriously, let me put this one down. Which of you, the Sunnis, the Shia, Ahmadi religion, peace of light, peace and light, you are praying for the prophet, Prophet Muhammad, you and him, who has to pray for the other? So you go ahead, you tell God, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, and then they will translate it as pray. God, pray for the prophet, or pray upon the prophet. Hey, what kind of disrespect is that? You're telling God to pray for his servant. So God will pray to which God? Because the prayer we do is to God, so that God will give us whatever we want. So now, if you say God should pray, now tell me, to which God is praying again? What is wrong with these people? Huh? So you just limit every word you see, you limit it to just one meaning. You limit to one meaning. So when you see the word salah, it means pray. Hey, always. These bozos.
Seems like you're taking this as a debate, not as a discussion, but it's fine.
Right.
Oh, the guy became emotional. Oh. All of a sudden, he says, seems you are taking it like a debate. It's just a discussion. Hey, Husam, he got emotional. Oh. When I used the verses of God to whip him, baza, 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 I gave him bulala. All of a sudden, he says, you are taking this like a debate. Oh. It's just a discussion. Hey, the guy already, he just went on the safety mode. He's scared. As soon as I went into the verse, after he just boasted, he said, I've translated, I know Arabic, I can translate whatever. He didn't know my stand, right? So he started saying he knows Arabic, guy, me, I translate, I do linguistics. And so when I started using the verses to lash him back and forth, the guy started saying, you are taking this like a debate, it's just a discussion. Hey! He went on the safety mode. Hey, Usam, you wait till I edit this video. You will see. I will make you cry. You will see. So this was the guy I had the dialogue with. And the reason, like I said, I went on his platform because I know he doesn't know what I represent. He doesn't know my stance very well. He thought he saw my video, so he just thought, I'm just in a Dick, Tom, and Harry. He can just, manhandle anyhow. When I prepared for you and I came today to do the program on you, I came to actually dismantle you. But you wait till I edit this video and I have to throw it back to you and your bozo group. You'll see. Because they didn't have the nerve to tell you on that day that you were acting foolish, to pull your strings and tell you, hey, man, you shouldn't treat babashuaib that way on this platform. If you know your platform was a dignified platform, you should have at least look at babashuaib and my platform and give me the respect. When I came to your platform, you disrespected me and telling me I don't need to be here. I should leave, right? And now you are telling me I should come back for a dialogue again after the disrespect. I will make you beg. You see, your videos, people have to know about your cult and know how evil you guys are. You see, wallahi lazim. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put my phone number. I've seen some of the bozos in the comment section. Let me give the chance to call. So for those who have ordered the pre-ordered hard copy of the Quran, we are expecting it. A few of them came in, which people who already placed the pre-order, we've shipped some of them, right? Now we are expecting another batch to come in. For those who placed their order, that is within June, you are also going to get your copies, right? Some people have already gotten theirs. People who are within Europe, they've already received theirs. And I was told people also are ordering again, but it is on pre-order. The new stock is arriving again. We should get some by, I think, within this week or next week. Another batch should arrive. So those who have placed the pre-order already, you should be getting it soon, right? Usually when it's shipped to people, yes, Sister Amanda, she got her copy. Yes, thank you. God bless you. Sister Amanda got her copy. And I think we shipped recently to UK. Somebody from UK also will be getting, and another person from UK. And for those who have still not gotten theirs, I think there's somebody called Soshi. Yours has been shipped. Brother, is it? We have somebody, is it Mustafa, Rahila, Liena? Yours will be coming soon. So have the patience, inshallah. You'll be receiving yours. And for those who are willing to order more, we are working on it. Inshallah, you will get your copies. But however, if you need the PDF copy, kindly inbox me. If you need the website, is www.thegreatquran.com, right? www.thegreatquran.com, right? And when I said the Great Quran, you use K instead, not Q, KORAN, thegreatquran.com. You will get it there, right? So let me put my phone number so that if they are those mushriks, if they are here, let them call. Even if Hussam is here, let him call. I'll pick him up. This is my correctional officer number, right? You can call. I have 15 minutes to end the program. I'm going to TikTok for like 1.5 hours before I leave. So if you're willing to ask anything, kindly call. Or if you think you want to prove to me Imam Mahdi also, kindly call and prove to me where it says Imam Mahdi is mentioned in the Quran. But for those who are interested in watching the full dialogue, I'll be putting it on my YouTube channel. You get to watch the full dialogue itself. So anticipate. I'll be putting it on YouTube. You get to watch it. So have patience. Yes, I just have 15 minutes to go. So and earlier on, somebody sent me Talib. Thank you for the gift. You sent me a super chat. Thank you for the gift on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. Yeah, so let's anticipate. Yes, Sister Hannah, you're welcome. Let me see. Yes, Brother Talib, actually, this I won't call it a mistake, actually. It is something we deliberated over, right? Initially, the guy, when I spoke to the guy, we talked of a moderator, but the moderator he could present at that time was somebody who he can bring. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, this is the first time I want to test the Ahmadi religion of peace to just see how their sincerity is when it comes to having a fruitful discussion. So I just risk it, and I'm like, okay, let's do it without a moderator. I just want to see their honesty. Because the honesty is that if you tell me I should speak for 4 minutes, and you are also going to speak for 4 minutes, we have to respect each other. Make your point. When you finish, I make my point. But if you tell me that my 4 minutes is now set for me to start, and then you tell me, no, I should hold on, you are going to make a statement again. When you finish, you give me 10 minutes. That's stupidity. I'm serious. It's disrespectful. Because I can't wait for you to keep adding up, piling up more things to say. Then I will have only what? By the time it gets to my point, I'm exhausted. Do you get my point? So I was trying to see how loyal they can be when they make a promise or when they make an agreement. That's all I wanted to see. Ilyasin Faisal says, "Assalamu alaikum, brother Shoaib. It is really important for you to post your ASAP because we will really like to see your program." Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wazir Akbar, thank you very much for the gift. I appreciate that. That is a super chat gift. Thank you. God bless you. Wazir Akbar Khan. That is War Dog. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. God bless you. Let me see. And one of the things that I spoke about on the dialogue, one of the things I spoke about that really, really hurt him. Exactly, uniform mic. They show themselves, they show themselves very clearly. So they show who they are. They bring their personality out, their hatred, everything. It get presented. And this is why I normally agree to do one-on-one, just to see how they will be, honest with agreements. They are not honest. So one of the things I did in the dialogue that actually hurt the guy was when I proved the point that God is the Hadi. Quran chapter 22 verse 54. God is the Hadi of the believers. Even Prophet Muhammad is not our Hadi. Quran chapter 2 verse 272. God says, "Laysa alayka hudahu, walakinna Allah yahdi man yasha." So the one who does not need guidance and can guide, that is the one we call Hadi. Hadi. So God is the Hadi. He doesn't need guidance. He has to guide. So Quran chapter 22 verse 54. I use it on the day of the dialogue to smack the guy. And he wasn't happy about that. So I asked him a question. Prove to me where God says Muhammad is the Hadi. He couldn't prove. He is confused. Let me tell you the verse he quoted, and he quoted it wrongly. And I'll show you the verse I was about to quote at the last hour. He didn't allow me to explain the last verse. So let me show you the verse this bozo quoted. Let's go to the verse. So Quran chapter 17. Let me see if I can find the verse. Is it Quran chapter 17 verse? I go up a bit. Yeah, Quran chapter 17 verse 94. They say, and what prevented the people from believing when the guidance came to them was only because they said, has God sent a human messenger? Because the messenger has to come with the guidance. So this guy was quoting chapter 17 verse 94 to attribute the guidance as Muhammad being the guidance, which doesn't say so. The Arabic version says, وَمَا مَنَا النَّاسَ أَنْ يُؤْمِنُوا إِذْ جَاءَهُمُ الْهُدَى إِلَّا أَنْ قَالُوا أَبَاثَ اللَّهُ بَشَرًا رَسُولًا. And what prevented the people from believing when the guidance, it's not saying Muhammad is the guidance, listen carefully, came to them was only because they said, has God sent a human messenger? So in order to understand this verse, I now took the people to Quran chapter 61 verse 9 to show the evidence. This is where the guy stopped me, because this verse will contradict his statement that he is saying Muhammad is the messenger. So I took the people to Quran chapter 61 verse 9, and I was about to explain. Huwa allazi arsala rasulahu bil huda wa dinil haq. Then he says, wa dinil haq liyuzirahu ala dini kullihi walau karihal mushrikun. He is the one who has sent his messenger with the word bil. So look, let's say this is a pen, and I wrote something on this paper. If I write something on the paper, in Arabic we say, I wrote it bil kalam. Bil kalam. Right? Or he wrote, kataba bil kalam. Or I say, I wrote uktubu bil kalam. Taktubu bil kalam. You write with the pen. So when I use bil, it is not me again. It is with something. So when God says he is the one who has sent his messenger, then he says with the guidance. He didn't say the messenger is the guidance. Because then why will God in Quran chapter 2 verse 272 tell the prophet, Laysa alayka hudahum? Their guidance is not upon you. So if he is the guidance, God will say their guidance is on you, Muhammad. Do you understand me? So God now sends this messenger with the guidance, and the religion of truth. Are you going to say Muhammad is still the religion of truth? No, he is only practicing the religion. Do you get my point? In order to manifest it over every religion. Then he says, even if the mushriks dislike it. So this verse was the verse I was trying to talk about. Let me put here. Oh, sorry, I wasn't on the screen. Let me put this. Yeah, so this is the verse I was trying to talk about. That is Quran chapter 61, verse 9. And this verse, this was the last verse I was quoting to break it down. This guy didn't allow me to break down this verse. He stopped me. I'm serious. I'm serious. He stopped me. He didn't want me to explain. So what is the reason? You make a statement, you don't want to allow me to make a statement? And then you go ahead to say Muhammad is the guidance. Are you nuts? Are you a bozo? You just quote verses out of context, and then you even go on the rampage insulting the Quran, saying the Quran is not complete. Hey, Salam Liman Imrana. Thank you very much. Inshallah, yes. They can't stand it. That's why they are running away. Wallahi, they can't. Let them call for a proper dialogue. Let's have it one-on-one. Wallahi, basuya, Liman. Thank you very much. God bless you, bro. So this is why they are dishonest. Yes, they are dishonest. They can never be honest. You saw what happened with my dialogue with Siddiq Bozo. You see what they do always. They are never honest. They cannot deal with an agreement or a promise. No, they can't. And they don't want you to explain, because when I explain, people will understand and get. Look, go on their page that day and check the comment section, and even look for people who are neutral. You will see the comment section, what the neutral people were saying. The guy, when he speaks, he doesn't have a proof. He cannot prove anything. When I speak with the verses, and I give the evidence, I give the proof. But yet this guy gets infuriated. He gets angry. I don't understand how their brain works. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is babashuaib, the correctional officer. I'm going to TikTok. If there's no caller for now, thank you very much, Baba Said. Now go to Quran. God bless you all. This is the program I've done for the post-dialogue review concerning Hussam al-Hakim. That is the disciple of the fake Imam Mahdi, right? But I'll be putting the dialogue we did last time fully. I'll put it on YouTube. You see it. Somebody says, brother, I'm waiting impatiently for a dialogue with one of the big fish, such as Zakir, Menk, or Numan. Please make it happen. Keep poking them. Perhaps they will come out to play. Let me tell you the honest truth. These people will only come out if they see my audience in a bigger number. To be honest, look, on TikTok, yes, I have a big following. In TikTok, I have almost about 62,000, right, followers. On Facebook, I have 11,000 followers. On YouTube, I have 6,000 followers. Now, these people, it's not about the truth. It's about business. It's about money making. It's about crowd, fame. It is not about the truth. I'm willing. That's why I put my phone number. I'm willing to face any of them, if only they will accept the request. But they will not. Now, that is why I'm looking for even their disciples. Yes, I'm willing to face their disciples. I'll face them in a live dialogue. Yes, I'm open. Because when you are sent to kill the villain, you always deal with the smaller ones before you face the bigger villain. And that is why when I do videos, I strike them direct. Thank you very much, Daffy Locks, for the gift yes, it's a super sticker. That is on YouTube. Thank you very much, brother, for the gift. I appreciate that. God bless you. Yes, I would love to have a discussion with them. But for now, let me keep doing the video on them so that it can pinch them to the core. They will respond at the right time. And then we get them in the dialogue, inshallah. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours is enough. I'm going to TikTok. If you're willing to join me, you're welcome. Join me on TikTok so that you can. Sister Amanda says, I would like to see you and Shabir Ali. He's hadith skeptic too. Yes. Shabir Ali, I have one student who normally follows my lectures, and I think he one time had a discussion with Shabir Ali, which I have to go back on it to check. I have to go back on it to check. But yes, these are people I would love to have a discussion with. Yeah. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping to TikTok. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your time. Sister Alma Johnson, I saw you here. Tariq Ayub, thank you very much. JS, thank you very much. Israel Young Lion. Hey, Bilal, Jibril, Waya. I see you, bro. Salam to you. Thank you very much, Rabat. Love you too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Imran Khan, thank you for the love. I appreciate that. Is Eliasin says, Salam, brother. Thank you for your video, enlighten the young people like me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Bless you. Yeah. For all those who are here, who is this? Tadok Shakakam. He says, what? I need your help. In which sense? You can send me a message. and hopefully I get to read. And please exercise some patience. If you send me a message, I don't respond on time. It's not as if I'm neglecting you. I usually deal with a queue. There's a big number. Look. I don't know if it can be seen directly. I don't know if it's clear enough. No, it cannot be seen. Those on I have about 99 plus, and I keep answering step by step, right? So it's like a queue. And people who frequently send me messages, I put them up, right? I put them up. So people who frequently send me messages, sometimes I will just check up your message and then respond about 2-3 lines. Then I hop on to the next message. I'm seriously not neglecting your messages, but sometimes it's hard for me to go throughout all the messages because I have a life. Please understand this. I'm not online full time. No, I've divided myself. I have, it's never easy, right? So what I do is if you send me a message and I don't respond, it's not as if I'm ignoring you. I'll get back to you, but I'm dealing with the multitudes of people. So I'll respond to you at the right time. I don't forget people easily, especially a lot of people who send me messages frequently. I do save your numbers. So when I see a notification, I know, okay, this person, I've spoken to them before. I can answer what they are asking me. A lot of the questions you want to ask me, the answers are already on my YouTube channel. Most of the questions. So if you can exercise some patience and just take your time, go through my YouTube, the playlist, you find your answers there. Right? Most of the questions you people are asking me, I've already answered hundreds of people already. Right? So it's just a repeated scenario. And look, I have about 8 people have sent me emails. I'm yet to read the emails. So there are days when I find the days, I just sit down and start going through the email also. Right? So all this, I will, inshallah, find the time to answer all of you. Right? I hope you will have the patience to actually bear with me. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I bring the topic to an end. For those on Facebook and YouTube, kindly join me on TikTok. Hey, brother Maroon Khalif, I see you. Salam to you, brother. Balogun Olaike, thank you for your time. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all. Dragonfly, Abu Thomas, thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm moving to TikTok, so please join me. Yes. Yeah, thank you very much. Masih Muslim. He says, Baba, your approach will free people from the Arab hegemony. Keep it up. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support as well. And then the Beisha Sabah. Thank you. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to TikTok. Kindly join me. I'll be there for about less than 2 hours before I go. So I appreciate the support. Till we meet again next week, hopefully. Peace out.